right. Good morning, PTNI's Daily Show. Happy Friday morning. Hope your morning is off to a great start. Welcome to the Institute of Clinical Excellence, PTNI's Daily Show. My name is Alan. Happy to be your host today here on Fitness Athlete Friday, the best day of the week. I have the pleasure of currently serving as the Chief Operating Officer for ICE, as well as a faculty member in our Fitness Athlete Division, here on what we think is the best day of the week, Fitness Athlete Friday. Hopefully you had a chance to at least look at and be disgusted by Gut Check Thursday yesterday. It is one of the CrossFit quarterfinals workout, but a very approachable workout. 120 wall balls and 120 cal row for time. I had the opportunity, the luxury, I guess, to hit that workout yesterday at lunch. Very, very gross. I am, of course, short at 5'6" to 7", so not a good workout for me. So that was quite a rough experience, but got to say I did it nonetheless. Next week will be a little bit more approachable from a volume standpoint, I promise you. Some things coming your way. This weekend, you still have a chance to join Jeff down in Greenville, South Carolina for lumbar spine management down at Onward Greenville. And you still have a chance to join Morgan Denny, Eric Chaconis, Megan Peach, and myself for the South Dakota American Physical Therapy Association virtual conference this weekend. $400 for non-members, even cheaper for South Dakota members, association members, and students. Going to talk a lot about some primary care PT, some diagnostic imaging, treating the injured runner, and then Sunday morning I'm excited to talk a lot about a deeper dive into nutrition than we take in our fitness athlete courses, a real deep dive into strength testing and programming Therax and loading and dosage, and then some stuff about sleep as well, some newer research about sleep that's very cool. So I'm excited to talk about that on Sunday morning. So if you can join us this weekend virtually, we hope to see you. A couple courses coming your way. If you can't work it out this weekend, you can join Jeff next weekend in Denver, Colorado for lumbar spine management. And then you can join Jason London and Megan Peach for Injured Runner Online. That's an 8-week course beginning May 4th. Or you can join Christina and Alexis for Clinical Management of Fitness Athlete, Pregnancy, and Postpartum. That will be May 4th as well, starting up. So that's what's coming your way, live courses and online. Let's get into today's topic. We had somebody post in the ICE Students page and some of our fitness athlete pages about getting better buy-in from CrossFit athletes. So shout out to Lindsay Rush if you're listening. Thanks for the question and thanks for the inspiration for today's episode. We had a number of great responses on her posts, and I want to take a deeper dive into that question. So if you've taken our fitness athlete coursework, you know that we end Essential Foundations, trying to get your brain spinning a little bit the last week about what it means to come alongside a CrossFit gym or a functional fitness gym, a boot camp gym, whatever your interest may be, and what that looks like. And we kind of take it from a 10,000 foot view in that course, knowing many folks in the course are brand new to moving a barbell. They're brand new to high intensity exercise and functional movement like CrossFit style exercise. And we kind of leave it open-ended with some general recommendations of, if you think you're interested in this, make sure you go and try CrossFit. If you haven't tried it yet, find a gym in your area, try it and just see how it goes. Find a gym that you like, find a team of coaches and a gym of members that you seem to really vibe with, and then just take CrossFit for a little while, right? Don't walk in day one and start handing out flyers to people that you don't know. That's probably not going to go well. That's not the way to grow organically alongside that gym that you want to help. So join a gym, be a member for a little while, and then start to advertise yourself. And we recommend waiting 3, 6. We've even had students say, I did a whole year before I even told anybody I was a physical therapist. And I think not that you need to wait that long, but you need to understand it takes a while for members to get to know you before you start mentioning, by the way, I'm a physical therapist and I can help you with that shoulder pain, that back pain, that knee pain. And then in advanced concepts, we go a level deeper. We assume that you have gotten involved in CrossFit or boot camp or some sort of functional fitness gym as a member, and we take it a level deeper, and we ask you at the end of the course to start to actually write out a business plan of what it looks like to refine your current business if you have one to accommodate these athletes, or create one if your plan is to set yourself up inside of a CrossFit gym. So we take it a level deeper. But I want to touch on some maybe some pearls that we've observed being here at Health HQ with CrossFit Fenton, and some stuff I know that Zach is doing as well down in Charlotte with the gyms that Onward Charlotte is involved in, and really kind of the whole Onward crew across the country, as well as a lot of folks who have come through our Essential Foundations and Advanced Concepts courses of things that seem to really work well as far as, okay, I'm taking class, I'm working with these athletes, I'm working out with these athletes, I just can't get them to come to see me for physical therapy. And if they do come to see me, I really can't get them to stick around or commit to doing their home program and really get that buy-in and kind of get that organic spread across the gym. So let's start from the top and let's talk about probably the lowest hanging fruit, but also maybe the most important of what are you doing visibility-wise and what are you doing primacy-wise to be in front of those members? So humans are busy. Everybody is busy. Everybody has 3 jobs and kids and they got to mow the lawn and they're just very, very, very busy. And just assuming that they're going to look at a flyer that you post in the gym or that they're somehow going to see or even be following your social media page to see the exercises you're posting or the content that you're posting is probably unrealistic, right? Humans function primacy. My shoulder hurts after that workout with pull-ups. I'm interested in this moment as my shoulder is actively hurting after that workout of finding out if somebody can help me with that shoulder pain. That's kind of how humans behave. And if you're there in class or another PT from your clinic that is the goal, right? To be in front of those members, be right next to them in that moment when they're looking to talk to somebody about their shoulder pain, right? Go where the people are, as Mike Eisenhart would say. So being in front of members, what does that look like? Well, you're probably not going to get very far if all you do with that gym is show up and do a workshop every now and again. It's probably not going to go very far even if you're there even once a week, right? A gym like ours, we have 13 classes a day across the day, 10 to 20 members per class, right? If you only go once a week, you are just not going to get in front of the majority of membership of the gym, right? You're not going to gain a lot of traction. So making sure you're in front of the members, working out with them as much as you can be, right? A couple days a week. And that also, you vary what classes you go to. People have set routines, right? They usually go to the same class every day. They're a 3:30 p.m. type of guy. They're a 5:30 a.m. type of lady, right? They go to that class and they may have minimal interaction between the classes. They may not know people who come in the afternoon and vice versa. So varying your schedule to get to different classes to be in front of those members is very, very important. And all the better if you can pick up some coaching as well. If you can go and get your L1 and get in front of those members as a coach, you really get that visibility of you're always in front of them, whether you're working out next to them or you're in front of them coaching, of you are the subject matter expert on both CrossFit and physical therapy and how to keep, most importantly, CrossFitters doing physical therapy, which is what they want to hear about, right? Again, back to that, hey, that workout hurt my shoulder. What can I do about that? So being in front of those members as much as possible is very, very, very important, but also recognizing you're still going to miss people, right? So here at Health HQ and CrossFit Fenton, we have 3 PTs. We're waiting for our 4th to get onboarded. There's a PT in at least 2 classes a day, right? Morning and afternoon. There's a PT in front of each class throughout the week at least once between Mitch and myself, right? So we are always in front of the members at least once per week. For most members, multiple times a week, a couple days of a week, we're in front of them, whether we're coaching them or working out with them. So that big visibility piece, that big primacy piece of, again, my shoulder hurts. What can I do about it? Coach or Alan, who just finished taking class with me. What can I do about it? But even though we are really in front of those members, we still have members who say stuff like, oh, I didn't know you were a physical therapist, or I didn't know there was a physical therapy clinic next door, right? There is literally physical therapy going on in the back corner of the gym all hours of the day, every day, right? There are 2 or 3 patients in the back corner doing PT with the PTs all day long, and still some members just don't pick up on, they're too busy or they're just not aware that there's PT in the gym. There's PT going on in the gym actively while they're taking class, and we miss people, right? I had a member in class last night at 5:45 who said, well, geez, I haven't been here for a couple weeks because I tweaked my lat. And I thought, Man, that's literally what we do. I said, we're next door, right? And being able to be there in that moment, that primacy, give them a card, tell them to grab a flyer from the front desk on their way out, or even pull out your phone and get them scheduled for an appointment right in that moment is very, very crucial to getting those folks on your caseload. So recognize you need to be in front of these people a lot, or they're just simply not going to know who you are, what you offer, or how to trust you. But even if you are, you're still going to miss people, right? And that's okay. You just have to stick with it. The more you're there, the more saturated it's going to get, and the more people that you help can sing your praises. When somebody in class goes, "Oh, my knee, my back," I said, "Well, just go next door and get it fixed with the people next door." That's like what they do for a living. And that kind of word of mouth is going to spread, but you do have to give it a little bit of time. The second point is, how relevant is the stuff you're giving to the folks who are coming to see you? So when we're talking about home exercise program, accessory programming, is it relevant to that person? Do they see the value in it? Is it written out in a CrossFit style, right? That somebody can understand and follow along with? Are you programming your home exercise as an EMOM, as an AMRAP, as rounds for time or something like that? Do they see the relevance and how that can help them stay CrossFitting and also help them with their current issue? It's also really important in that evaluation with that CrossFitter to recognize and understand the barriers they may have to being able to do that stuff. Often these folks are higher level. They need to be doing higher level stuff for rehab, and maybe they don't have the equipment at home. So recognizing the barriers in your evaluation of, I just don't see people following through on doing this stuff. What are you giving them, and do they have access to the equipment to do it? And making sure, do you actually have the time to do this? How much extra time do you have in your day or your week to work on this stuff? And I think if you start asking that question, you'll find folks have an amazing amount of time, maybe more so than you thought, right? People have told me, well, geez, I could come back later in the day and do another hour of stuff. Okay, that opens up a big window of stuff to do, not only for your pain or your mobility, but accessory stuff we can work on to focus on your weakness. If you have an extra hour a day, we can start to work on extra skills. We can start to work on extra lifting. Versus that person that says, I can barely get here 3 days a week for CrossFit class. I have 3 hours a week to myself and it's spent here at CrossFit. Okay, that person needs a very brief but dialed in home exercise program. They don't have time, and they may need something that looks like TheraBand, heavy TheraBand or something at home to just get some load into that tissue, right? If they don't have equipment at home, they don't have time to come to the gym to use the equipment. You can certainly say, well, if you bought this equipment, you could do this stuff at home. But that's going to require you to get very, very creative to take that gym program and turn it into a home program. So keep that in mind. It also looks like, what is your follow through on that? If you're giving this out, how are you following up with patients? As a profession outside of this specific niche of trying to work with CrossFit athletes, we're very terrible at following up with patients between visits, right? When you buy a car, that car salesperson is following up. Hey, how's the car? Hey, it's time for maintenance. Hey, it's been a year. It's been 2 years. Are you looking for a new car? How are things going? They're always making those touch points after they make the sale. And as physical therapists, we just don't do a good job of that, right? Somebody comes in, yeah, here's some shoulder pain. We did some needling or something. Your shoulder feels better. Here's a couple things to work on. Best of luck to you, right? Sometimes we don't even schedule them for their next visit in that moment. Just reach out to me and let me know how it's going. Folks, nobody's going to reach out to you, right? People are too busy. Nobody is putting a calendar reminder to call the PT clinic and check in with the PT clinic, right? We need to put that onus on us. We need to be the ones who put it on our calendar to text those people, especially if we're dealing with somebody we know it's like a tendinopathy issue that's going to need a lot of load across a longer duration plan of care. We need to be following up with that person and find out how they responded symptom-wise, right? Hey, we tried running and deadlifts yesterday for the first time. How's that hamstring feeling? Well, it's super sore and my pain is way worse today. Okay, well, we probably overdid it. Versus, hey, it hurt a little bit after PT yesterday, but it felt great. I was able to sleep through the night, and now waking up in the morning, it's sore but not really painful. Hey, bingo, that was the right dosage. Cool. I want you to get back to the gym every other day or every third day for the rest of the week and hit that same program that we did at PT yesterday, and then get them on the books for another appointment. So make sure that you're following up as well. And that comes kind of to this last point of making sure you do a really crisp job of selling that plan of care. We are the subject matter experts. We know what is going on, right? We know when somebody comes in and they tweak their low back deadlifting, and we manipulate their low back and they stand up and all of their pain is gone, we know that person's prognosis is fairly good, right? We know that person, maybe we want to get them in for 1 or 2 more follow-ups. Maybe we want to look at their deadlift form and see if there's something with their mechanics that can be fixed. Maybe they're squatting their deadlifts or something like that. Or was it just an issue of volume, or was it just an issue of too many reps or too heavy in that workout? But we know that person that stands up after some manual therapy and corrective exercise and has a big symptom reduction is not somebody that we need to see too often, versus that person that comes in that says, well, my shoulder started hurting with snatches and now it hurts with everything. It hurts with snatches. It hurts with push-ups. It hurts with rowing. It hurts all the time. I can't sleep on it. My arm is starting to go numb. Like, okay, that person is butchering their shoulder, right? They have trained through pain for so long that they definitely have some sort of gnarly tendinopathy going on, some progressive damage. They're starting to get some neuro issues. That person's plan of care looks rapidly different. And even if you are taking cash, you need to be firm and use your clinical expertise and the results that you got from your testing and that evaluation. Ramwad and Theragun, right? So making sure that we tell that person, hey, based on everything I know, you need to really come back and see me for a prolonged plan of time, and being confident in that. And if they say, no, that's not in the cards, then you're just maybe not the right provider for them. I heard the phrase once, too many balls in the air, talking about juggling too many things, right? Maybe that person is just not right for PT at this time, but making sure we are clear with how much PT we think they need, how often they need to come based on what's going on. And that's true across patients, not just working with CrossFitters, of being really diligent with selling the plan of care of, this is what I think is going on. This is how good or bad I think it is. This is how long I think it's going to take you. And making sure that they commit to, yeah, okay, I can come here twice a week. Okay, good. Let's get you on the schedule at times that work for you for the next 2 or 4 weeks. And then if we can peel it off as you're doing better, we'll peel that off. But saying that explicitly, I need, I believe, I think, versus what we often do is ask passively, how often do you want to come in? How much do you want to do this? Right? We put it on the patient who has no idea what's going on other than their shoulder hurts, their back hurts. They don't know how much it's going to take. They don't know that it's a tendinopathy versus a muscle strain. They don't know that it's fracture or not or anything like that. So explaining your results and getting them to commit to the plan of care is very, 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 very crucial. And then following up on that as they're going through their plan of care of, hey, you know, we took care of your shoulder. Would you please post something on Instagram, right? The folks that they are going to CrossFit class with probably follow them on Instagram. So a post about, hey, you know, I've been having shoulder pain for 6 months with pull-ups and snatches and muscle-ups. And I went and saw so-and-so at XYZ physiotherapy. And in just a couple visits, most of my pain was gone. I'm back to doing pull-ups and stuff in the gym. It's been a great experience. That goes so much further with this population than flyers that you hand out, than business cards, than paid targeted marketing ads, right? We don't do any paid marketing here at Health HQ, right? We're in the gym organically all day long, and having those members post about going back to doing double unders without leaking due to getting pelvic floor physical therapy, or back to pull-ups, or back to snatching, goes very, very far with this community and just perpetuates that cycle of getting more and more buy-in with the gym or the gyms that you're working with. So consider a couple things when you're asking yourself how to get better buy-in and how to reach a bigger audience. How much are you in the gym? What is your visibility like? Are you only there once a week? If you are there a couple days a week, are you varying the class times that you go to? That's very, very important. What are you doing home program wise? Does it look like CrossFit? Does it look like the stuff that they want to get back to be doing? Is it recognizing how much time that person does or does not have to be able to work on extra stuff outside of making it to the gym? And are you following up on that on a regular basis? Are you sending people texts between visits, after visits, and making sure they're doing better and keeping them on the forward path towards getting better? Or are you just sending them home with some stuff and hoping that both they get better and that they approach you for a follow-up visit versus the other way around? And then what are you doing to really sell that plan of care of, I think this is going to take X amount of times. I don't know that it's going to take exactly this amount of time, but based on what I'm seeing, this is pretty mild, or the opposite. This is pretty severe. We really need to get after this if you are wanting to clear this up and get past this and not deal with it any longer. So are you able to come in 2 times a week, maybe even 3 times a week for the next couple weeks to really calm this down and get you back to doing CrossFit without needing to modify or skip workouts, and getting that buy-in and that commitment from the patient in that moment, and then following up with that person as they're going through PT or after they finished. Hey, what would mean more than anything else is if you could just write up a nice post and say and talk about your experience, and just knowing that other gym members are going to see that post and have you front of mind to come see you for their problems as well. So I hope that helps. I hope that's kind of long-winded. Sorry, that was about 20 minutes. But those are kind of things that we see work well here for us, and others have told us as well who have gone through our coursework, as well as the folks who are working at Onward alongside CrossFit gyms across the country. So happy to hear other tips you all have. I know there's different sales approaches and package visits and that sort of stuff, and I can't speak to that because we don't get into that here at Health HQ. We're not really into that, but certainly there's more sales focused approaches of getting people to commit that way. But we'd love to hear what tips and tricks you all have as well working with this population. So thanks again to Lindsay for this question. Fantastic question. Brought up a lot of really great discussion. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I won't see you for a few weeks. I'm going to Jamaica on Wednesday, so I'll be mostly unplugging, but I'm looking forward to being back on here in a couple weeks. So I hope you all have a great couple weeks. Enjoy this part of the spring, early summer. See you all later.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.